Why would none of Gaza's neighbors, Muslim majority nations, Egypt, others, why did they refuse to take the people who are trying to leave or Hamas militants who are trying to escape? From what you understand about the conflict and the culture, why they refuse to be given passage to some of these other nations that surround them?
You know, Arab countries had many Palestinian refugees, and Palestinian refugees created all type of chaos, even though Palestinians also were considered as a manpower or a working force in the Arab countries. And I think what they're afraid of, that if we let the refugees of Gaza relocate, this means that the Palestinian cause will die forever. So they want the people to stay, so the Palestinian cause continues. It doesn't matter how many people are going to die. Why? Because all of them profit from the conflict. It's not a surprise. You know, I could take advantage of the conflict if I want. Why not? You know how many people make profit out of wars? It's big business, much bigger than peacemaking. In peacemaking, you don't make lots of money for many people, you know, only in wartime. So, war. Think about it. The Palestinian Authority leadership, if there was no war, what's the need for them? You know, they've been busy trying to destroy the state of Israel, not to build the Palestinian state. And if you take this cause from them, they're left with no agendas. And they have to be replaced with a new generation that believes in creation, not destruction. Because they're not willing to put the effort. It takes effort to build a nation, you know. And it takes selfless leadership, not so attached, you know, to their status. So, in Egypt, they have many calculations. I guarantee you that Sisi of Egypt and the Jordanian king, Saudi Arabia, a bunch of other Arab intelligence services and governments, they don't want Hamas. They want Hamas finished. This is in the secret meetings and the secret phone calls, finish them. You know, but in public, they're hypocrites. They go on inciting against Israel. So they don't appear to be participating with the occupation against the people. Because everybody also in Jordan, you know, when the queen goes and says like, you know, we are devastated by the violence in Gaza. What do you mean you're devastated? You don't care. You know, you gotta be one of them in order to really care. And she's a Palestinian, by the way. That one of the Gaza children, like who's living the atrocity, to identify with that, to say it's like, you know, I care. Anyway, but they have about 2.5 million or 3 million Palestinians in Jordan. The majority of Jordanians are actually Palestinians. And if the queen and the king don't sympathize with the cause, they're afraid people would overthrow them. So hence everyone's interest. You know, am I profiting from this? What's my next move? They're not thinking about saving the children. Of course, whatever it takes. If it was up to me, open the border. I don't want to see Gaza anymore. I want Gaza to cease to exist, if it was up to me. Because Gaza is a giant refugee camp that has lasted more than 70 years. Should have been demolished 70 years ago. But the United Nations kept promising the people that you will return to your land and you're going to have all the promises of life. And they kept striving and struggling, dying from bad to worse, like that. So it's in the interest of many people to keep this conflict going. And this is where Israel today, if they finish Hamas, and I hope it does not come on a very high price. Here's the thing. After 1967 war, when the Arab countries united, tried to annihilate the state of Israel, Israel was extremely outnumbered in that war. And the surprise was that Israel had a victory over the many Arab countries. As a result of that war, Israel controlled the Jordanian Valley, including Jerusalem, Sinai, the Golan Heights. Arabs did not accept defeat. They thought, no, we will try again later. And they just kept trying until today. Instead of saying, you know, we lost the war, and the victors write or set the terms to the defeated, because a Palestine, in principle, was given to the Arabs prior to the 1967 war, but the Arabs said no. They said, our condition, we destroy the state of Israel first, then we can build a Palestinian state on the rubble of the state of Israel. And this is why they said no to the United Nations resolution to establish a Palestinian state that could live as neighbor with the state of Israel. So they choose to go to the 1967 war, and they lost the war. But then they insist on writing the terms and the conditions to the victor. Well, you cannot do this. Only victors write history. Okay, and now we are in the same situation. Now we are in the same situation. They started the war with Israel on October 7th. And I say, the future of Gaza is in the hands of the victor. The victor only set the terms to the defeated. So if Israel defeat Hamas in Gaza, and as an outcome of this defeat, there won't be Gaza, no one should or dare to blame Israel for whatever they are going to do.